Hello, my creative friends. It is KriRama from Junk Journal Divas, and I am super excited because I only have, I think it was 186 hours left to go to reach my goal of 3,000 watch hours. So in this video, I'm going to tell you how to make sure that you're entered in the drawing. And then I'm going to show you a little peeks at what I've been working on as my prize. To make sure that you're signed up for the drawing, you have to first of all be a member of Junk Journal Divas Facebook group. And I always, in every single video, I always have our group link in my video description. Then in the Facebook group, there is a post from Karyn, one of my admin friends, and it's going to be pinned at the top of the group page, so it's right there. And you just have to comment on there and write your YouTube name on it. So your name as it shows up, and that helps me so that I know who you are, because a lot of people have a completely different name on YouTube than what you have on Facebook. So the next thing is to just comment on one of my videos, any of my videos, JJDiva3000, and that lets me know that you're participating in the watch party. And once I hit my 3,000 watch hours, I'm going to do a live drawing in the Facebook group, Junk Journal Divas, when I reach my goal. And you guys, it's going to be a really amazing prize. I have my giveaway prize of, it's basically going to be a huge folio, favorite things to play with and create with. Then we also have Bonnie is another admin with me. Bonnie is giving a whole bunch of die cuts. She has the best die cuts. And then we have Tina. Tina is doing a little needle book, which is something I still have not made, a needle book. And then Karyn, who I call my guru, she has an amazing little journal that she is giving for the prize. And you guys, this journal alone is bursting with inspiration. It has so many amazing details and different layers in it. It's amazing. Karyn does really amazing work. And you guys, I had to just do a little timeout here and show just a little sneak peek at Karyn's journal, because as you can see, it is just so many layers, and she just does truly amazing work. So this is just a little sneak peek at what it looks like. Like I said, I'm by far the least experienced. I just happen to be the one admin that is out there excited about every little thing and on YouTube. So this is what you have to do to make sure you're entered. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you a little bit of creating my folio for my part of the giveaway. I just want to say a huge thank you to everybody who has helped me reach this goal. I'm so excited about it. When my diva friends mentioned having a watch party, I was kind of nervous about it because it was just so many watch hours, and I can't believe it. You did it, and so I thank you so much for supporting me make a big, huge folio type thing, and I just want to stuff it with a whole bunch of goodies that I've been making. So that's what I'm going to do. And I don't really have a plan as to how I'm going to do it, but I have what are these called? The manila folders I have here. I know that I want to include some of my fun textured papers, some of my like little embellishments. I just want to fill it with a bunch of goodies. So anyway, I am excited to make this little folio thing. All I know right now is that a lot of the stuff that I want to share is very bulky, so I'm kind of thinking that I will have a big spine here. Maybe I'll just use what's already here, and so maybe I'll have like little flaps here and have my bulkier, larger papers. And then if I have this, in another closure come up around here, I can put extra stuff. Can even put a pocket on the back if I want. Anyway, so you get the idea. So I'm gonna work on putting this together today. And I also have this fun wallpaper. And this was just sent to me by one of my diva sisters, Karyn. So yeah, I thought this is great. It's got that, you know, wallpaper texture to it, and it's nice and sturdy. So I think I'll use this. And then I also have some of these beautiful printables that are from G&T Designs, and I thought these would be great, you know, to just put on if I put any pockets or things, little tuck areas. So this is what I'm starting with, and this is all I know so far. And I'm just gonna go with it and have fun. If I do this, and then I have another one here that will, you know, wrap up and around. So I need it to at least be, gonna have to give room, let's see here, to attach it on the bottom. So let me say like about there if I fold it. Let's see. And I am going to, you know what I need to invest in? And you guys probably know, when you start doing this, you just want everything, right? Well, even when you've been doing it for years, we always want everything. But there's so many things that you think that you need, and one of them is a scoreboard, and I still have not gotten one. But I think, yeah, I probably just need to go ahead and get myself one. It would be easier. So that you can see the creases, I'm just going to ink these up so you can, makes it easier to see and follow along with what I'm doing here. Okay, so if I attach this here, and you could do this. And before I forget, let me put down my messy mat because I don't want to mess up my desk more than I already have. Got that. So now we have our basic outline type thing here. Next, I'm just going to cover this because I'm really thinking that here, I'm just going to do the 2 flaps to hold in a bunch of papers. So let's do that. Okay, and then before I glue anything down, I always go around all the edges, of course, because once it's glued down, I can't really get to it. So instead of cutting off this large piece, I'm just going to wrap it around and I can cover the front also. So that's what I decide to do here. And now I'm just kind of cutting off the length, the extra parts from the length. And then you can see here this flap, so I just covered the front and the back. And now I'm just going to go ahead and put a piece of tape just to kind of give a little bit of support on the spine area there. So I do that on the front and back of the spine the whole way around. And now I'm just going to measure another piece of this wallpaper to cover that middle section. And this is kind of hard to do a video for because everything is so big. So it was hard to get everything in, in the camera. But I basically just wanted to be, before I did anything, I just wanted to cover the whole thing. So that's pretty much all I'm doing so far here. And then for the second wraparound flap, I do the same thing. Since my wallpaper pieces are pretty large, I was able to just sort of wrap it around so I can cover both sides of it at once. And now I want to work on my middle section where I'm going to have the two flaps that come up and they can hold my papers in. So I'm covering one side first. This is going to be the front side. And again, I'm using those digital prints from G&T Designs. I thought they just go so perfectly with this wallpaper. So I'm going to cover the one side. Of course, ink up all of my edges. And then what I'm going to do is attach a little circle for my string to wrap around. And I'm going to do that first so that I can put the brad through. And then when I close the brad, then I can go and cover the back side of it with my paper. So I covered the front and I just took a little piece of scrap paper and I'm extending that hinge so that I can glue it down and still have a little bit of a spine area. And you can see here I just sort of folded it gently just so I can get an idea for where the middle is, and I'm going to use my hole punch and poke a hole there in the center. And now I'm just cutting out some circles with my punch, and I'm going to glue a couple of them together. And this just makes them a little more sturdy. I think so. I have it's kind of a light cardstock. I'm gluing 3 of them together, And then I just grabbed a piece of the cutoffs from the wallpaper, and I'm going to glue one of those on top because that's the part that you're going to see. And then I just kind of eyeball where the center of my circles are and make a little dot there and kind of see if I did a good job, if it's in the center. And then I just went ahead and did my, my punch to make a hole. And I'm just inking these up now, and then I'm going to grab my brads and go ahead and assemble this part. And then once I have this on, then I can go ahead and cover this back part with some more of the printed paper. And I started covering it, and then I remembered to go ahead and just put a little piece of tape on that part where the brad is. And now my little flaps are ready, so I'm going to go ahead and glue those down on my center piece here. And with these little extra cut-off pieces, I'm going to put these together. I'm going to ink the edges and then glue them together and put them through my sewing machine. I'm going to make a little paper ruffle, and I can use that to decorate the front, the cover where my flap is. And I also have two collapsible pockets that I want to add on the right side and put some goodies in there. So I'm just showing here, I'm just gluing these all together, and then I'll show after I put them through my sewing machine. So here's my long piece that I glued together, and this is after my sewing machine. Okay, you guys, I am not 100% finished here. I actually cannot fit everything in this folio that I want to put in, so I got some work to do to figure that out. I decided that I'm going to leave this plain, and I want to do that. I'm going to send some stuff that the person who receives it, the winner, can kind of decorate it if you wish, but whatever you want to use this for, I just thought I'm going to let you use the goodies that I'm sending and you can decorate it. I thought that would be more fun. I personally would love that. So I pulled some stuff right now. I'm also going to put in one of my boho beads, and I have some of my decorated keys that I've made. So basically my favorite things that I like to use, in addition to a bunch of goodies that I wanted to share with you, that's pretty much what this is. And put these guys aside. So I filled this bag, one of the paper clips here. I filled this bag with a whole bunch of embossed papers, and this is just an example. I put this on the top, a little tag that I made with one of them, and what they look like when you ink them up and do different things with them. So there's a couple here in the front that have color, but then there's a whole bunch here, and literally all of my Tim Holtz embossing folders I did here on cardstock. So you can use your inks and ink them up for whatever project you are using. I love my embossed papers. So I've got a whole bunch of these in here. Put those aside. Oh, I put magnet closure here. And I'm gonna put my little note in this part here. So I'm going to swing over to these first. And I am going to link the video on how I make these little collapsible pocket things here. But I did a paper ruffle, and I put some of this beautiful bling trim on here. And this is from Sheila at Boho Daydreams. I also have some of these trims in this package because it's one of my favorite things. For ruffle, I love making these anyway, but I just saw Andrea, who is in the group, she made these with the boho trim like this, and I was like, okay, that's exactly what I'm going to do to go on top of these pockets. I knew exactly what I was going to do. So if you open these guys up, and I just have some little treats in here, some of my mushrooms, some die cuts and doll parts. And then over here, just some blingy things in there. Slide it over here. And in this big pouch here, all the fun papers that I have been working on and working with, I guess I should say, also on all of my tags, especially my Halloween tags. I've been loving the paper lace. So I've got some of these in here. I just put some of this in here, ink it up, spray it with paint, whatever you want to do to it. I love this stuff. I've been using it a lot. Just a lot of texture stuff, textured papers. Here I have some of my paper chenille. And then just some other little goodies here. This was like I love this paper. It was like a homemade paper that was super fragile though. So I put some Mod Podge on it. And then some more stuff. And again, you can go through, you can ink and grunge this stuff up for whatever you're using it in. Some of the tracing paper that I'm using right now. Sewing pattern paper. And I love to rip this stuff up, and you can use it in, collages or just to add some layers to your projects. And then this is some nice, it's like a really thick homemade paper. And then underneath all of this, I have one of my paper clips that I did, and I'm just going to go through here, have some textured linen dyed paper. I have some avocado dyed paper, and then I have a whole bunch of my eco prints. I tried to grab one of all the colors that I have left anyway. It's green, purple. So I've got that on the very bottom, then layered all these goodies on the top here. So we close this guy up. So I haven't done anything on this side, but I don't really think, since I've got the magnet here, I can't really do that much. So I might add a pocket onto the back of it. It's just going to share a bunch of goodies that you can make it your own. I've got to have some fuzzy yarn. So we've got some fuzzy yarn in there. I love using fuzzy yarn. Doilies here. And then this one's just a piece of a trim here. I also have this one that I made with some of the pieces. It's kind of like a little example of things that you can also make with everything that's here. I avocado dyed this one. Then we're coming onto Sheila's beautiful, beautiful trims that she has. So we've got a couple of different pieces here that kind of all color coordinate. And I just want to show you these large pieces. So what I do all the time is I cut it up. So I'll just take maybe this one piece here and put, you know, in a corner, maybe use the flower somewhere. I would cut this whole strip maybe and line something. So that's how I use this stuff. So these pieces would last a long time, because you really just need little pieces of bling to make things a little more sparkly and interesting. So we got lots of fun goodies to play with and some fun papers. Flowers here, just I grabbed them because I thought they went so perfectly with my folio. So I'm very excited. Thank you again, you guys, and I will see you for the drawing.